Man.
Let's do this shit.
Man, this crazy motherfucker Kyle Martinez, the track athlete kid,
he's the track
goes
athlete.
He wanted a happy birthday shout out. Well, guess what, Tyrone?
You getting that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's today. You won't see this video for 4 days, but today's actually July 16th because our editors fell asleep at the switch. So Kyle, non-athlete Martinez, just strictly because you run track and you think you're an athlete,
brother.
happy birthday.
Momo.
What?
Yeah.
Like a mimoso?
No, it's this girl's nickname. And
Malt
Momo,
liquor beverage.
Andre, your buddy Andre wanted to give you a shout out, so we're giving it to you.
Like a bottle of Andre and some mimosa?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Anyway, man, we're going to roll through this shit. We're going to start out with what happened this past weekend.
What had happened was...
And could you tell me what had happened was?
I watched the Strikeforce event. Tyrone was busy getting all of his kids, which let me tell you, when you have them spread out to all four corners of the U.S., it takes a little bit.
Yes, it does.
I watched the fights. Jimmy and I did. Nate Marquardt looked really, really good.
Told you, nigga.
Well, here's my thing. Like, to me, it just speaks to the difference between Strikeforce and the UFC, and then we're going to get a chance to talk about what possibly.
Well, no, I'm just the fact that he can. Nate Marquardt throws a lot of strikes.
He's big as shit.
He is.
And Tyron Woodley is small, and he out-muscled Tyron Woodley, and Tyron came out in the Woodley came out in the third round and fucking caught him with a stiff right hand, had him down. I thought he was going to win the fight, and then gassed.
But something, could I ask you, did he finish it?
No.
Oh, shit.
Just like GSP. Just saying.
Nobody get... Yeah,
but to me, it just shows the difference between even like a mid-tier UFC guy.
Right.
I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from Nate Marquardt. He wasn't mid-tier. He was actually, at the precipice?
I just think Nate Marquardt, another thing is, too, is now he's fighting at welter.
Yeah, because he's off the sauce.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, he could be a terror.
Oh, and by the way, he found God and he found his kids, which is an excellent thing, because if you're a father, you should probably know where the fuck your kids are at.
You're joking, right? When you say you found his kids.
Like seriously, at the end of the fight, he's like, I found God. First, I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and I found my kids because I'm a father, and I'm just. Well,
maybe he found, maybe he meant in the sense that
he misplaced those little badass motherfuckers.
No, not that he misplaced them. Probably that he hasn't. He's
got
really
a couple
found out how important they are in his life.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
He needs to reword that shit.
I'm gonna be the good cop. You're gonna be the bad cop.
Sandusky found kids too.
Wow, all the way since 1970 now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another story. Now, in the main event, it was Luke Rockhold versus Kennedy.
I'm gonna shit you not, dude. I fell asleep.
It was somebody. I will say it's uneventful because George fell asleep, and everything that I read about it, because I didn't see this card. Everybody pretty much agreed with what I'm saying right now. It was very uneventful.
He just outpointed him to the win.
Yeah, he outpointed to win.
Greg Jackson fighter got out Greg Jackson for the win.
Aha. Now, moving on to what is going to be happening this upcoming weekend, UFC 149.
Let me ask you a Sir's question.
Sir's question. Go ahead, George. Ask me that.
Would you pay for this? Are you going to pay for this? Yeah, that's my sentiments exactly. I'm sorry, but Urijah Faber versus Renan Barao is just not doing it with a Hector Lombard.
I'm going to tell you what, these fucking cards are weak, man. A lot of them. I mean, it's
lacking name power. Because let's face it, even the last UFC, all they'd had was Sonnen and Anderson.
I tell you what the problem is that he's putting some cards on Fox. He's got this contract, they've got this contract with Fox, and the cards that they're asking people to pay for are comparable to the ones that are being shown free on Fox. And I think that's where, it's just, I think you got to put together some better cards.
Man, the shit don't add up.
It's not that there's, and you know what's funny? We always say this, and then it ends up being a really good card.
Right, and I'll read about it.
Okay. So, but anyway, the first fight is Chris Clements versus Matt Riddle.
Well, we'll see if Chris can solve this one. That's a Jimmy joke. Yeah. Because that's some shit he'd say.
Yeah. Who do you got?
I'll go with Riddle. I'm
going with Matt Riddle, too. Because I was always impressed with Matt Riddle when he was in the house that time. He threw that bomb and just.
Oh, fuck that! Never mind. Then I'm taking Chris Clements. I don't take any. There's a few, very few Ultimate Fighter kids I'm taking. Right. I mean, one's fighting on the undercard, Court McGee, and I hope somebody lights a fire under his ass and tells him to get it moving quickly, because that's his thing. He comes out and starts notoriously slow. Yeah, he's just got to speed it up. And good luck to Court. Brian, your boy. Let me tell you something. This is a guy in the next fight, in this welterweight matchup, a guy that's really starting to grow on me because I just like his style. He's just his composure. He's been fighting for a long time, and I think he's one of the underrated welterweights out there, and that's Brian Ebersol. It'll be interesting because he's fighting against a guy, James Gitmore-Head, who...
Does he?
That would be my nickname.
Mine too. But
James Gitmore-Head.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Who do you have
want? What's everybody need?
Head.
Yeah. But anyway, I want to see James Head win. But with that said,
just because
of
the name.
Yeah, because Brian Ebersol just does.
Ebersol
usually does some weird shit.
I'm gonna tell you a story about that Ebersol. I had it was a brother in high school, right? And he was a Dallas Cowboys fan. And every time we would run out and play flag football, I would line up across him, and he would get in his stance and be like this: Epperson Walls. I'm like, it's Everson Walls. That moth is coming after Shorty. Call Godzilla. Mothers in the house.
God.
Anyway.
But Ebersol's on a roll. I mean, his last loss was in 2008. So, I mean, I don't think you can go against him, but I'm going with the dude.
He doesn't
with the
get
great
phased. He's so laid back. It's like he just fucking does 25 bong hits and goes out and says, I'm going to fight now.
Very well could. Now, on to the man that Jimmy and Kevin White love because he's always in there to put on a show.
Just because funny shit happens.
Conga.
I'm not a huge Czech Congo fan. I mean, I don't even know anything about. And somebody will have something to say. I don't know much about Sean Jordan. I'm not going to front.
Neither do I, dude.
I don't.
10-3 or some crazy.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the guy he's fighting, but I do know. It just seems for some reason or another the last couple fights that Czech Congo's been in, they've turned out to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, they've been battles.
Yeah, somebody's getting knocked
the fuck for me, so we can keep this nice, short, and sweet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
okay. Well.
All right, good.
Now, wow, my first cell phone.
Now, this is the next fight. We're gonna.
Well, who are you picking in the Chet Sean fight?
I'm picking Czech Congo.
I'm going with Sean Jordan because I don't like Congo.
Okay, in the next one we're going to disagree on.
I'm a hater.
We're going to disagree on the next one because
probably
Hector Lombard is going to be fighting Tim Boetsch. And he's fought. And George is saying that he's fought no one because obviously he's been fighting in Bellator. Now this fight to me will prove to the world how legit the fighters that are coming out of Bellator are.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to tell you what, this guy
does Lombard, damage. He finishes fights.
He was fucking up everybody in Bellator. Exactly. He was like, you want to fight me? You want to fight me? He was finishing off people, knocking them flat out.
It'll be interesting because Boetsch used to be, I'm pretty sure, a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And he's brought it down to 185. And
no.
Won his last two fights at a $185.
You're going with Boetsch because...
Well, I'd like to see Boetsch win, but I mean, Hector Lombard is the favorite. Hector Lombard on paper should win. So it'll be interesting because we finally get to see another guy from
I want to see a guy from Bellator come in there and fuck somebody up from the UFC. I just want to see it because I just...
That just means more guys from Bellator will get plucked.
Yeah.
If Lombard's fighting not just for him, but anyone who wants to get the fuck out of Bellator.
Yeah, because I just want to see how... Because Bellator has put on some very exciting shows.
Have they?
Yeah.
How many have you watched?
Actually, let me think about that. Okay, in the main event, yeah, Greenbaum. Thanks, man.
Sorry, I had
George
to do
put
that
me on
Kevin.
the spot, shorty. Actually, have you ever watched one?
Fuck no. I'm not even gonna. Occasionally, it's just bad timing. It's on a Friday night.
Everybody, and that's actually a good question for all you people out there. Everybody who's watched the Bellator fight. Tell us what you think about them because everybody who I've talked to love the fights.
Yeah,
they say they're unbelievable. Now, anyway, moving on to the main event.
We had
the California kid.
Yeah,
okay.
we had the reason I'm bringing this up is we had a thread over on our Facebook group,
right.
The Uncut Sports Facebook group. So when you're done downloading the R2 podcast, which can be found on iTunes, the Kevin White Show and the Uncut Truth.
Right.
Once you're done doing that, go over to the Facebook group. And then you can go and you can see who's the toughest fighter. And one of the people that was nominated was Urijah Faber. He is going to get tested this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win the fight.
No, nor do I.
I think this guy, I mean, not that Urijah Faber's an incredible fighter. He has had some very formidable opponents in his last 9 fights. But he is 5-4 in his last 9 fights. And let me tell you something. The cat he's fighting basically lost his first fight. First fight. And that was in 2005, and he ain't lost since.
And he had a no contest in 2007 for a legal soccer kick.
Soccer kick. So I'm going to go with Barao.
I am too.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can go against him.
And you know what? Vegas is actually going with what George and I are saying too, just to kind of put that out there.
It's interesting because he couldn't.
What's interesting?
Barao couldn't finish Spotty, Scott Jurgensen.
Yeah.
And I mean Jurgensen's tough. Don't get me wrong. What? What? It's C-spot run, C-spot fight. Anyway.
C-spot lose the last time he fought.
Yeah, he lost that time too. So it'll be, how do you see it going? This looks like it's going to go the decision.
Yeah, I'd probably say it'll be just a decision.
I mean, you know what? I'm going with a split for Barao.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. A split.
I'm not even going to say it's a UD because you know what? If Faber still has his speed and his quickness, he can cause some damage and get in and get out.
He's such a good athlete.
I'm not taking anything away from Faber, but I think Renan Barao is going to beat him. Yeah. And I think Renan Barao poses, just like Faber said, poses more of a threat than Dominic Cruz.
I think he poses more of a threat to finish the fight too.
Yeah, because let's face it.
Now, real quick, we'll scan through some other things in the NBA. We don't know if the Knicks are going to continue to hold. Are they going to try?
Would you?
Would I?
That's the question. Carmelo's already. Would you?
Because they need some depth.
But your star player has said, "Man, it'd be stupid for them to sign that contract." That's what Carmelo said about the Lynn contract.
Carmelo just needs to. He's not a GM. He needs to just shut the fuck up.
I don't understand how everyone can tell me what this kid's going to or not going to do after only 25 games. He's only played 25 games in the NBA, right. And I remember last year he was basically walking on water, shitting ice cream, and making moon pies, right. All while playing basketball. He was everything, and now he's terrible.
You know why I'm signing him? Seats. Ticket sales.
That's why Houston's going to sign him. Mm-hmm. But you know what the GM in Houston did? Because you have to match the offer that's on the table.
Right.
Like you have to, Kevin, we're going to give you a 3-year deal, $2 million this year, $6 million next year, and then 12 the last to give you your $20 million. Well, that's some shit they did with Lynn. They backloaded the fuck out of his contract in Houston.
Right.
That kills the Knicks on cap space because they signed Armari and they signed Carmelo.
Armari.
Yeah, Armari.
Armari. Volare. God damn. I don't know. Your fucking face just stretched out, man.
It's fucking been a long day.
It's been a long day, man, because I was like, is this nigga the Joker from Batman?
I had to think.
I
was thinking.
Anyway.
Shit didn't work out well. Anyway.
Okay.
So his contract's heavily backloaded.
Seriously, man. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
It's heavily backloaded, and it will fuck the Knicks cap space up to the tune of like $50 million in
that's
luxury
not going to work for them. I think they're going to let him go.
And Houston's going to get their money. Any person who signs Lynn would be like signing Tebow. If you think the Jets signed Tebow because they wanted to win, you're out of your fucking mind.
Right.
They did it to sell seats and bring attention, and that's what the Rockets are doing with this.
Now, in football,
the foosball.
The big thing in football were the two fucking.
Well, 3 of them.
There were 3 things. The two.
Bree signed.
Yeah, Breeze signed a record fucking deal. I knew that deal would get done. I thought it would happen, right before fucking the final hour. But yeah, we both need sleep. But it got done.
Yes,
and that's good because maybe he'll play well, but I don't know if he's going to be my fantasy quarterback this year. But in other news in the NFL, Forte
and Ray Rice.
Both got deals done.
I'd say, do both those guys fall into your top 5 running backs in the NFL?
Ray Rice does. I don't know if Forte does.
Have you watched enough of Matt Forte?
He is thorough. But I think I would rather. And that's a question for you guys. If you guys could have Ray Rice or Matt Forte, I would take Ray Rice. That's what I'm saying. Who would you take?
I don't know.
It's close, but I would take.
Flip a coin. I think they both catch out of the backfield. They both run well. They both block well. I think they're almost mirror images of each other. The thing is
their builds.
Well, yeah, because Ray Rice is about as tall as this fucking table.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But the other thing is Brandon Marshall is now a Chicago Bear. That's going to help Matt Forte.
Yeah.
Because it pulls one more person out of the box.
It's going to help him get arrested at the club at the night. That's what's going to help that motherfucker do. It's going to help him.
Speaking of that, did you see one of the Knicks' big prolific pickups?
Ooh.
Got popped.
Oh, yeah.
For DUI.
Oh, yeah.
Another reason you should sign Lynn.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Jason Kidd is old as shit.
Because your backcourt is this: Jason Kidd at point and Raymond Felton.
There you go. That's why I say sign Lynn.
Nah.
Suppose they run out of Geritol, man. Then what?
Well, that means the Celtics are done.
I'm just saying if the Knicks organization don't have enough on backwater.
Hey, where did Ray Allen go?